Okay, so again, our subject is Socio Psychological Foundation of Public Administration. So, Socio Psychological Foundation of Public Administration is a foundation course for your MPA subject. So, as a foundation course, it will pave the way to different um, theories that is basic and crucial to your study in public administration. So, what can public administration learn from social psychology? We will look into different social psychology theory that has impact or that has influenced the socio-psychological foundation of public administration. So first, when we say social, it will involve our family, our religion, our wealth or economic, and our society as a whole. And when we say psychology, it will talk about feelings, thoughts, actions, and beliefs of the person. So social theories plus psychological theories will compose your socio-psychological theories. Theories believe that socio-psychological factors are the combination of both the social, family, society, wealth, and religion. And the psychological factors, feelings, thoughts, beliefs, play an important role in shaping the personality of an individual. So, as a discipline, social psychology is the scientific study of how the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors of individuals are influenced by the actual, imagined, and implied presence of others. Imagined and implied presences referring to the internalized social norms that humans are influenced by even when they are alone. So usually when you try to observe, although there are common laws for public administration implemented in the national level, um, the different ways of delivering basic services to different localities is of course being influenced by the social norms in that society. So these social norms are very important to consider in crafting programs for the citizens because usually they will be resistant to any programs or activities that is against to their social norms. So social psychologists typically explain human behavior as being a result of the relationship between mental state and social situation, studying the conditions under which thoughts, feelings, and behaviors occur and how these variables influence social interactions. So when we try to observe, there are a lot of social norms that dictate our social interactions, although they are not recognized as laws. People are religiously following them. So when we belong in a society wherein the social norms is very strong, like for example, our indigenous people, they have tribal norms which they really practice. A very good example of that would be the the indigenous people's resistance on having to give birth in affiliated rural health centers, and even in the in the municipality health centers, because when we have conducted a research before, it was a research by your Professor Igni Bako, my ex-boyfriend. um, we have interviewed there an Aita, and she said na she doesn't want to give birth in a rural health because they cannot practice what their tribe usually practice, na ang pusod wala nila ginautod, but instead ginabulambod nila, something ginabulambod nila sa hawak, because it's a sign of being strong, or it's a sign of physical strength. So doing that, they will not be able to do it kung sa rural health center sila mabata, because as practice, medically it will be cut gedya. So they prefer nga to give birth through mga paltera man gyapon. And as a result, most of them na nagbata, so ang ila bata hindi man registered. So they have a problem of late registration sa ilang nga mga bata. But that is a very strong example wherein the social norms is hindering the delivery of public services. On the contrary, we have to also define what is public administration. So scholars define public administration according to Woodrow Wilson. Public administration is the detailed and systematic application of law. Every particular application of law is an act of administration. So the law itself is not public administration, but rather a policy or a law. But the manner in which we have to deliver it and apply that law is an act of administration. That's why public administration is focused on delivering basic services to the people. According to Luther Gulick, public administration is that part of the science of administration which has to do with the government. It concerns itself primarily with the executive branch, where the work of the government is done, though there are obviously problems also in connection with the legislative and judicial branches. So according to Luther Gulick, public administration is more on crafting crafting policies in order to benefit the common good, or in for the benefit of everyone. So that's why public administration is very crucial in every government organization, because it will determine how effectively those programs and activities will reach the people, even up to the grassroots level. So right now, there are practices in public administration wherein we have public consultation. So before a certain policy will be passed and approved, it needs a public consultation for people who will be directly affected by that. Just yesterday, I just would like to share, there is a public consultation for the proposed revised CCE guidelines for NBC. NBC 461 actually will affect people in the Commission on Higher Education, so the SUCs and other HAIs, including the TESDA. No? So the evaluation has been revised, and then there are a lot of lapses that has been seen there. And one of the lapse that I personally have seen is the weighted average of the point system, wherein when you are higher in rank, you'll get more score in research, even though you're doing the same number of research with those in the lower rank. So it is percentage based. So I don't know, maybe the people who crafted that will still look further into that after the public presentation yesterday, because there are a lot of uh, of resistance to that. But kasi ano na-craft daw yun, and and partially na veto ni President Duterte. Ganun. So as we go further in our class, we will discuss more theories that will be socio-psychological theories that will be your strong foundation in your study of public administration. So to sum up, what is public administration? It is the non-political public bureaucracy operating in a political system. It deals with the ends of the state, the sovereign will, the public interest, and the laws. This is the business side of government and as such concerned with policy execution but is also concerned with policy making. It covers all three branches of the government, although it tends to be concentrated in the executive branch. It provides regulatory and service functions to the people in order to attain a good life. It differs significantly from private administration, especially in the emphasis of the public, and interdisciplinary in nature as it draws upon other social sciences like political science, economics, and sociology. So these three other social sciences discipline um, is partly uh, considered in public administration in order to deliver quality services to the people. So these are the references used in this PowerPoint presentation. Thank you and good morning.